Can you imagine that the tabernacle had, the people had, Moses said he had more than enough to do what was needed, and they restrained the people from giving. They said, stop it. I can't even imagine. Can y'all imagine? But that's what happened. They had more than enough to do what was necessary. And I want to read several verses in chapter 35 that are amazing to me. Chapter 35. Because so the conditions that caused God to move to the point that Moses couldn't even go into the tabernacle, he couldn't preach, were the fact that they were building a tabernacle, they were making a place for God to speak to them, and they were ministering to God. But here's something else that was in place. Verses 4 and 5 of chapter 35. Chapter 35 of Exodus, verses 4 and 5. And Moses spoke to all the congregation of the children of Israel, saying, this is the thing which the Lord commanded, saying, take from among you an offering to the Lord, whoever is of a willing heart. Let him bring it as an offering to the Lord, gold, silver, and bronze. Go ahead, look at your neighbor and say, God don't want your gold. No, he does want your gold. He don't want your costume jewelry is what I wanted to say. Don't be bringing no fake jewelry up here to the altar. Here's the deal, that these were people who had a willing heart. Now, I don't know where y'all are, but sometimes people got an attitude about giving an offering to the Lord. But what God is looking for is people with a willing heart. Look at your neighbor and say, where's your heart? What kind of condition is it in? Do you got an attitude? Are you mad? Are you upset? Are you upset because the pastor been preaching about managing resources and money? Do you have an attitude? I'm not going till that series is over. You missed it because you're getting a piece of it today. Oh, wait a minute. Don't stop right there. Let me go to another verse. Let's go down to verse number 21 and 22. Can I read verse 21 and 22? Then everyone came whose heart was stirred, and everyone whose spirit was willing. And they brought the Lord's offering for the work of the tabernacle of meeting, for all its service, and for the holy garments. They came, both men and women, as many as had what? A willing heart. And brought earrings and nose rings and rings and necklaces and all jewelry of gold. That is, every man who made an offering of gold to the Lord. I feel like shouting right here. And I want to give God the praise, because here it is again. Here's the theme. It's a willing heart. Here's what's important. God is checking out where your heart is. It's not even about the amount of money that you give. It's not even about the size of your goal. It has to do with the condition of your heart. It's going to be difficult to get God to move on your behalf if your heart ain't right. Okay, I'm almost finished. That's all I needed somebody to say was take my time. They had a willing heart, and guess what? This is the children of Israel that are out in the wilderness. They're doing this, they're bringing this offering to God out in the middle of nowhere. There were no ATMs, there were no banks, they didn't have no jobs. In the middle of being out of nowhere, they took from what they had and willingly gave it to God. They didn't have the certainty of what their future would be, but they gave. Then chapter 36. This is my final verse. Then I'll be finished. Come to my church and say that. Say no. Y'all didn't hear them? They say, don't stop. No. Here's what Exodus 36. Here's another spectacular thing that happened that I've never seen in my life. I've seen God come into the temple and fill the tabernacle to the place where I couldn't even preach and people got saved. People come running to the altar from just the presence of God. The glory of God. And here's something, though, in chapter 36 that blew my mind. It says, it's verse 6 and 7, chapter 36 of Exodus, verse 6 and 7. Then Moses gave an order, and they sent this word throughout the camp. No man or woman is to make anything else as an offering for the sanctuary. And so the people were restrained from bringing offering, because what they already had was more than enough. Can you imagine one Sunday, Paul Shepherd saying, no more offerings. We don't have to take no more offerings. Put your money back in your pocket. Never seen it. I don't suspect I'll see it in my lifetime. But can you imagine that the tabernacle had, the people had, Moses said he had more than enough to do what was needed, and they restrained the people from giving. They said, stop it. I can't even imagine. Can y'all imagine? But that's what happened. They had more than enough to do what was necessary. Recently, our church paid off our mortgage. The building cost us over $60 million. We're not stressed, but I haven't felt led yet to say, you got to hear from God on some things. You understand what I'm saying? You got to hear from God on some things. I still got ministry to do. We still got souls to get saved. We still got children to get raised and developed. We still have a whole bunch of work to do. So I have not felt led to say we don't need any more. But we do need more people to serve. We do need more people to give their heart and mind. The Jesus that we serve is needing you. We need you for the kingdom. Look at your neighbor, say, we need you for the kingdom. Look at him on the other side, say, we need you for the kingdom. Tell them with an attitude. Tell them we need more. Roll your head, say a little attitude, point in their face. Tell them, stop sitting back and receiving but not serving. Stop sitting back being ministered to but not doing anything to do ministry to God. And when you do, you'll see God's glory do the spectacular in your life.